Welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, Louisiana Lottery, Cox Communications, Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana, McLean Financial Group, Communities of Color Network, the Louisiana Campaign for Tobacco-Free Louisiana, and Jerry Lane Enterprises. Hello and welcome to week 12 of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. We come to you about 5-6 times a week on air. We also come to you streaming on Pelican Sports TV, and you can of course catch us on YouTube and the Jaguar Football Show on Facebook. So catch us at your convenience. Coach, another solid win against the Texas Southern Tigers on Saturday night, 30-20 at A.W. Mumford Stadium. Coach, what I liked was TSU came in with a three-headed quarterback attack, a good rushing attack, and your defense held them to under 99 yards.
Well, yeah, I thought we played really well against the run, and we've been getting better down the stretch, and you know, that's really been our MO with this program is that as we go, we stick to what we believe in, and the guys get better. I think they had about 220 total yards, and probably one of our better performances for the year.
Coach, anytime you hold a team under 99 yards, that's a recipe for success on the football field.
Well, anytime you keep them on that 100 yards rushing, it definitely gives you like your chances of winning those football games.
Coach, how happy was 294-pound offensive lineman Reginald Redding after he scooped up a fumble and rumbled into the end zone for a 12-yard touchdown?
Well, you know, it's probably going to be the talk of the day, talk of the year, but if you was an offensive lineman, you know, you never get a chance to touch the ball, and you never get a chance really to score touchdowns, but it was great for him. I was happy for him, and we talked about it a lot today and laughed about it.
Very good. Well, let's show everybody that and more as we jump into our first half highlights. Here we go, Coach. Texas Southern sets up. And, Coach, your defense came to play, and that was pretty much the rule of the day all day. There was a lot of Jaguars around Tigers.
Well, exactly. You know, I think, you know, if you're going to be in contention going down the stretch, you got to really be improving in all phases. I really thought the offense made some good plays, and defensively we did a great job on third down.
There you see Shorts using his feet to get about 12 yards. And then, of course, the man in the backfield, Mr. Leonard Tillery, he's rushing for a first down there, and he goes around in. Coach, Crockett had a great game running the ball for you. Tillery had a great game. Of course, Tillery did a yeoman's job. You've got to be pretty pleased with your rushing attack.
Well, exactly. And anytime you can get over 100 yards rushing, you like your chances. And we got about 3 or 4 backs, and I think we'll eclipse the 200-yard mark total. So I'm definitely happy for those guys in the way they run in the football.
You're talking about the running backs, and there they are right there on the highlights. Mr. Leonard Tillery cutting back, cutting right, cutting left. Short showing his arm off with a nice completion there. And then Howard fumbles, and that's Reginald Redding taking a couple of Tigers with him. And the littlest man on Southern, Willie Quinn, pushed him into the end zone, Coach.
Well, that's great to see the little guy helping the big guy.
At this point, we're up 14-0 very quickly, Coach. And, Coach, this is a guy I love, Deontay McDuffie. That dude hits like a Mack truck, Coach.
Well, exactly. I think it's starting to spread. I think Brian Anderson had the hit in there. We call it, you know, putting them to sleep. You know, I think on defense, that's one of the most intimidating things you can do is when you can hit them and put them to sleep.
Coach, your defensive line got after those guys. Here's TSU running back Jimmy Potipa. He gets a nice little 35-yard touchdown to make the score 14-7. They kick off to us, and Mr. Excitement. No, that's not that play. But, Coach, what happened right there? What were they thinking? They were thinking that it was a punt or something?
Well, the backs just left too early, didn't watch the ball, so he hit the ground and they was able to recover.
Mental mistake. Well, there you have it. TSU capitalizes on a Jaguars mistake. At this point, the score is 14-10. Coach, a challenge for the Jaguars. We're getting blocked on extra points, and then in this situation, we got blocked on a punt, which turned into 7 points for the Tigers. You've got to be concerned about that.
Well, that was just the execution. Started with a hot snap, then the sense of urgency wasn't there, but that's Willie Quinn returning a good one for us to get us right back in scoring position.
Willie Quinn, 58 yards on the return. You got to love that guy. We come back. Coach, this has been a real pleasant spot. Using the tight end in the passing game, Howard takes it in for a 12-yard touchdown. Jaguars go up 21-17 at this juncture of the game. You had to be pretty pleased with your team at this point, Coach.
Well, I really thought other than a couple plays, you had the kickoff where they recovered, then you had the block punt. Other than that, I really thought we did a great job, controlling the football game.
There you see the defense swarming, getting the sack. They get 3 points out of it. At this point, it's 21-20. That was Leonard Tillery showing what he can do with his feet. Leonard Tillery twisting and turning, getting a couple extra yards. Great effort right there. Coach, we go in 21-20 at halftime. When we come back, we'll talk about the second half of the Texas Southern game on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Stay with us.
This could be your year with the Saints scratch-off from the lottery. Win up to $100,000. Enter the second chance drawing for a chance to win the Saints behind-the-scenes fan experience. Make this your year with the Saints scratch-off from the lottery. Win up to $100,000.
Cox has doubled the speed of our internet, so we will stream with abandon.
We will shop online for colorful duct tape while streaming True Blood on HBO Go and watching random tutorials.
Watch the kale, please.
We will stream the game. No, we will stream the games.
We will watch a bunch of videos about peregrine falcons because they are the fastest animals alive.
We are
Cox customers.
And we are now
Twice as fast.
We are doubling internet speeds. Learn more today at cox.com/internet.
You don't have to understand the physics of flying to fly easy. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport.
Champions know adversity. It's coded in their DNA. But when that defining moment arises, champions embrace adversity, then seek to conquer it. We are Jaguars.
Scholars.
warriors.
Family. Champions.
And this is Southern.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show. Of course, we come to you each week from the end zone, Daiquiris and Bar, located at 6224 Plank Road. Come out and let Susan, Mercedes, and Jazz them show you some great hospitality while we do the show. Coach, you're up 21-20 at the half. What do you tell your team so that they can keep their focus in a really tight game?
Well, we just had to clean up some mistakes and just told them that we got to go out and just play our kind of brand of football. And I really thought they accepted the challenge and came out in the second half and really played well enough to win a football game.
Coach, again, got to ask you about extra point, blocked punt. What is the fix for that area of the football game?
Well, it's just, we got to keep practicing. Sometimes it's maybe the snout, sometimes maybe the protection, just some small things are breaking down, but we're working on it. Those guys had a great day at practicing it today, and it'll continue to get better. It's just one of those things that we struggle with this year, and we're trying to get it fixed as we go.
Coach, we talked about Leonard Tillery earlier, 125 yards on the ground, touchdown on 25 carries. That has to be great for the offense because a team can't come in loading up for the run or loading up for the pass. Keeps good balance.
Well, exactly. Anytime you can run the football, I really think that's how you win football games. And that's really how you get in contention of being a championship contender. So if we can run the football, I really like that. I think as a defensive coach, you want to run the football. It controls the clock. It keeps high-powered offenses off the field, and it really gives you a chance to rest on defense. And going down the stretch, I hope we can continue to run it as effective as we have to date.
Well, there you have the recipe for success for the Jaguars. Let's jump into the second half highlights of the Texas Southern game. Texas Southern's quarterback sets up, and Mr. Danny Johnson, a freshman. Coach, this young man is a star.
Yeah, he's definitely a very good football player, understands how to play on our defense, and is really getting better as the season goes along.
You see a nice first down run by Tillery, and then Pittman gets a field goal. At this juncture, the score is 24-20. Coach, right here, you got to love the way Demetrius Carter is hitting. He is really, I always say McDuffie hits the hardest, but Carter is right there with him, Coach.
Well, I think we got a competition going for who can have the hardest hit for the season, and it's starting to rub off on everyone.
Right there you see Tyree Bracken fumble, but Jaguars back on defense, and you see a great defensive play there by the secondary, and then you see a swarming defense shutting down a run. Coach, what do you tell you guys to get them excited for them to play like they're playing right now, because they really are playing lights out on defense?
Well, they just got to understand that it's a long season, and where we want to go starts with those guys. I think that momentum is starting to feed to the defensive side, spread the offense, and guys are really starting to play well together.
We talked about the tight end getting involved in the game. We saw Montreal with a nice one. Then Tillery takes one up the sideline, and of course then he scores. Coach, there we go again. The extra point try blocked. TSU brings it back. You got to be happy with the score, the effort of the offense. 30-20 at this point. That's actually the final score of the game. But Coach, you really got to be concerned about those blocks.
Well, exactly. But I think as we go along, Pittman is getting better. We've changed some guys into protection, changed the scheme a little bit. Guys adapting to it, but I think when it's all said and done, when we need it the most, they'll protect and give us an opportunity to make it.
You saw a great special teams effort there on coverage. Then the defense, of course, hitting the running back for a loss. Here you have Tillery again cutting up the middle, doing his thing. Coach, as the game winded down, again, this was a close game, 21-20 at the half. You guys kind of separated in the second half. Were you pleased with the second half effort, or do you see some areas where we can still grow?
Oh, we can grow. I think we will continue to grow, but at the end of the day, I think the guys are playing hard. They're locked into what we're trying to get done, and guys are starting to play well together.
There you see a missed field goal attempt. Again, score 30-20 Jaguars, our second win of a 3-game homestand. When we come back, we'll look ahead to our final home game of the season against Mississippi Valley Delta Devils. Stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Did you know smoking and tobacco use damages nearly every organ in your body? Don't you think you deserve more than heart disease, lung disease, cancer? Stay away from the toxic chemicals of tobacco and smoking. Tobacco smoke hurts anyone who breathes it, including family and friends. Communities of Color Network supports a tobacco-free Louisiana.
To gain financial success, the first step is getting in the game with planning your retirement. With so much uncertainty in the financial world, it's crucial to have someone on your team that understands your financial goals and can navigate you to obtaining your dream to financial freedom. McLean Financial Group advises in many areas. We pride ourselves on strategic financial planning and serving our clients, a great combination to obtain financial freedom. Get in the game and let McLean Financial Group design your customized financial playbook and quarterback you to financial independence.
I've been a Blue Cross customer for 19 years.
No matter what happens to me, no matter where I am, I can pull out my card and I know I'm going to be covered and not have any issues.
Blue Cross Blue Shield is going to be there for you no matter what you run into.
They stand behind you when you're in need.
They look out for my well-being. They have my best interest at heart.
You couldn't ask for a better insurance.
Blue Cross Blue Shield is the best.
I wouldn't dare change from Blue Cross. They've been there for me.
Promises made, promises kept. Jerry Lane is outstanding.
Jerry Lane, it's always been Jerry.
Service, selection, they've got it all.
You can count on Jerry Lane. Always lead to. You can count on Jerry Lane.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show, where we come to you each week from the end zone, Daiquiris and Bar, located at 6224 Plank Road. Coach, as you can see, now it's time for our Players of the Week.
Offensively, once again, Lenore Tillery had a great day, and Dwayne Houston, offensive lineman, did an outstanding job. Those were our two offensive players of the week. Special teams, Jamar Mitchell did an outstanding job on our kick coverage. And defensively, Deontay McDuffie and Brian McCain had an outstanding game on defense.
There you have it. Thanks to Cox, and congratulations to the Players of the Week. Coach, after the game, Joe Dupree caught up with two defensive stalwarts, our fullback turned linebacker Brian McCain and our hard-hitting safety Deontay McDuffie, and he filed this report.
Thanks, Todd. Once again, the Southern Jaguars come victorious against the Texas Southern Tigers. And our defense, the Dog Day defense, showed up and showed out. You held Texas Southern to under 100 yards rushing when the big players, linebacker / fullback, my man Brian McCain right here from Chicago, Illinois. Now, Brian, 7 tackles. You play on both sides, offense and defense. Which one do you prefer?
Whichever one they put me at, whatever helps the team out to make sure that we get our victory, I prefer either one.
Okay, well, the Dog Day defense definitely showed out tonight. What's your mindset when you have to switch up from offense to defense?
Mindset is just to stay focused, just make sure that I'm focused on each assignment, make sure that I'm just locked in and, be the best at that play.
Well, the question I have is, are we back as we try to make our way to our back-to-back SWAC championship?
We just got to take it week in, week out, one game at a time, make sure that we reach our goal for that week. Every time we reach that goal for that week, it just sets us up for the ultimate goal.
Well, Todd, I'm here with the Mack truck hitter, Deontay McDuffie. And Deontay, hey, you came here from Shreveport and also South Alabama. Tonight was the night. Dog Day defense did their thing. You had 9 tackles. Now, when you hit with passion and motivation. What motivates you to put those licks on folks, and how does that put a toll on their body and your body?
Well, football is a physical sport, so I just want my presence to be known when I'm on the field. I just want to fly around and make plays when I'm on the field.
Well, you definitely do that. Tonight was the night. You held Texas Southern to under 100 yards rushing because of great tackling, great hits and licks. Everybody going ooh and ah. Or is the Dog Day defense back to stay?
Yes, sir. We know we haven't been doing too well in the run, so we know we have to finish the season out strong and stopping the run.
Well, we have been doing that. 2 games to go to the back-to-back SWAC championship, and you heard it right here on the Jaguar Football Show.
Thanks, Deontay McDuffie, and thanks, Brian McCann. Great kids. I think we could look for a couple of those kids to play on Sundays if everything works out. Coach, great kids like McCain and McDuffie really, really make your program go.
Well, exactly. These guys been here since I've been here, and it's great to watch them grow. McCain, he's already in grad school. McDuffie, he'll be on course to graduate. I mean, these guys are just fantastic young men to have a chance to coach.
Well, there you have it. When we come back, we'll look ahead to the Mississippi Valley Delta Devils as they come in for the last game of the season at A.W. Mumford Stadium this Saturday. Stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
5 times, 10 times, 20 times, 50 times the cash. Get yours today from the Louisiana Lottery. Multiply your play.
Cox has doubled the speed of our internet, so we will stream with abandon.
We will shop online for colorful duct tape while streaming True Blood on HBO Go and watching random tutorials.
Watch the kale, please.
We will stream the game. No, we will stream the games.
We will watch a bunch of videos about peregrine falcons because they are the fastest animals alive.
We are
Cox customers.
And we are now
twice as fast.
We are doubling internet speeds. Learn more today at cox.com/internet.
You don't have to understand the physics of flying to fly easy. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Our last game of a 3-game homestand of the 2014 season, and the Mississippi Valley Delta Devils coming to A.W. Mumford Stadium. Coach, they're coming off of a 38-23 loss to Grambling on last Thursday. They got a 2-8 record overall, 1-7 in the SWAC. What do the Delta Devils like to do on offense and defense?
Well, I think we're going to play against another football team that's got some questions at quarterback. We'll probably see 3 different quarterbacks. So Peterson, Ivy, and they also play number 2. But they like to throw the football around. They tried to run the ball some. Defensively, they're very multiple. They like to come at you, and it ought to be a fun game. They're getting better. You watch them on film, they're doing some things a lot better than now at this time of year than they were early in the year. So it ought to be a tough challenge for us, but we welcome them to A.W. Mumford Stadium.
Coach, Valley is coached by Rick Comagee, the former J-State coach who had taken J-State to back-to-back SWAC championship games where he lost, but he had also won a SWAC championship game. And, again, obviously the guy can coach, but can Comagee build a contender in Itta, Mississippi?
Well, exactly. If you look at Coach Comagee's track record, he's won everywhere he's been. I mean, he has his philosophy and his way of doing things, and it's going to take him some time to get the kind of players he want to get in there to Mississippi Valley. But I think in due time, I mean, he'll have them competitive and contending for a championship. Everywhere he's been, he's won championships. Why not Mississippi Valley State?
Well, there you have it. Coach, last game of our 3-game homestand, as I mentioned, in the month of December. A couple of questions for you. The first question, is your team where you thought it could be at the beginning of the season, at this juncture of the season?
Well, I think we're getting better. I think we still got some room to improve, but I think when the season started, when we lost some of those guys, you probably couldn't imagine this is where you would be. But we knew we had a good football team. Even when we lost some of those guys, we knew we had some guys that could make some plays. We had to stay the course. The ball had to bounce our way. We had to get lucky a couple of times. But at the end of the day, I think we're playing the kind of football that we need to be playing going down the stretch.
With the challenges the Jaguars face this season, Coach, with certification gate and the injuries, how much character building has this been for the young men that you coach?
Well, I just think you seeing it. I think you seeing a true testament of their character because, I mean, it's hard to overcome adversity, but we've been able to do it. These guys have stayed the course. I mean, it's about our process. I take my hat off to the assistant coaches and the players for really working together to overcome a blow early in the year and put ourselves in position, at least be in contention.
Last question, Coach. Not looking ahead, but Bayou Classic sets up for the SWAC championship game between Southern and Grambling. Who goes? Coach, did you think Grambling could turn it around and be where they are this year after last year?
Well, exactly. I mean, I think when you go through adversity, I think you find a lot out about the people that are not only working with the football program, but those that are working around it. And when you identify your problems, you can move forward. And it took them going through what they went through to get where they are today. And Coach Fobbs has done an outstanding job with that football program. And it's amazing when people work together, you can go forward.
Well, there you have it. When we come back, we'll wrap up this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Did you know smoking and tobacco use damages nearly every organ in your body? Don't you think you deserve more than heart disease, lung disease, cancer? Stay away from the toxic chemicals of tobacco and smoking. Tobacco smoke hurts anyone who breathes it, including family and friends. Communities of Color Network supports a tobacco-free Louisiana.
To gain financial success, the first step is getting in the game with planning your retirement. With so much uncertainty in the financial world, it's crucial to have someone on your team that understands your financial goals and can navigate you to obtaining your dream to financial freedom. McLean Financial Group advises in many areas. We pride ourselves on strategic financial planning and serving our clients, a great combination to obtain financial freedom. Get in the game and let McLean Financial Group design your customized financial playbook and quarterback you to financial independence.
I woke up, kind of had a really bad pain in my abdomen. My appendix was on the brink of rupturing. I wasn't expecting to have major surgery, and that happened within a matter of hours. So if I wouldn't have been covered, I would have been stuck at 26 years old with a $50,000 hospital bill. No matter what happens to me, no matter where I am, I can pull out my card, and I know I'm going to be covered and not have any issues. You never know. Anything could happen. We're not invincible at all. So get covered.
Corvette,
Tahoe, Camaro, Cadillacs. We're a Jerry Lane family.
It's always been Jerry.
I've never seen so many priced so low.
Jerry Lane.
A home run every time.
Always lead to. You can count on Jerry Lane.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show. Coach, of course, our last home game. Coach, the team, we need you in A.W. Mumford Stadium. Go Jags!